Today we are going to see walk in a graph theory. A walk is defined as a finite length alternating sequence of vertices and edges. Okay, it's a finite length. Finite length means countable. Finite means countable. Okay. The total number of edges covered in a walk is called as length of the walk. Okay, so how many edges you are covered from one place to another place, that is called as length of the walk. For example, you see in this graph, example walk of A, B, C, E, D. Okay, so A to B, B to C, and C to E, and E to D. So what is the length of the walk from A to D? So if I want to go like this, A, B, C, E, D, how many edges I crossed? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the length of the walk for this A, B, C, E, D, that is equal to 4. So in the same way, if I want to find out the length of the walk D and B, okay, so the second example is D, B, okay, D, B, and they given A, and then they said C, then they said E, and then they said D, and then they said E again, okay, and then again they said C. So what is the length of the walk now? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now the length of the walk is 7. So in the similar way, EC, okay, EC. So how many edges you are crossing from one place to another place, or they given that sequence A, C, B, A, and C, E, and then D. So now the length is 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So this length is 6. So the total number of edges covered in a walk is called length of the walk. So simply if I explain from A to E, if I want to go A to E, A to C, and C to E. So now this length of this is 2. Okay. If I want to choose this path A to B and B to D and D to E, what is the length of the walk from A to E? This is one way and this is another way. If I choose A to C, E, the length of the walk is 2. If I choose A to B and B to D and D to E, now the length of the walk is 3, right? So based on this, we will decide which walk we can choose, right? So walk is defined as a finite length alternating sequence of vertices and edges. The total number of edges that you are covered in a walk is called as length of the walk. That is called as the length of the walk. So in a walk there are two types. One is open walk and another one is closed walk. Open walk means if the length of the walk is greater than 0. So always you see the length of the walk, if I want to A to C, I will cross one edge. Okay, so they are telling that length of the walk is greater than 0 in a open walk. So open walk means I want to travel from one node to another node. If I want to travel from A to E, so what is the length of the walk? So the length of the walk is 2. So that is always greater than 0. That is always greater than the 0. Open walk is the length of the walk which is always greater than 0, and the vertices at which the walk starts and end are different. Okay, so in a open walk, the starting walk is different from the ending walk. So A, C, E. If they ask what is A, C, E, whether it is an open walk or closing walk, so this is an open walk because the starting and end vertices are different. Okay, here it is A and here it is E. If you consider A, C, E, D, B, A. So what is this walk? This walk is called as a closed walk. This one is called as a closed walk because here the starting vertices and ending vertices are same. If the starting vertices and ending vertices are same, then it is called as closed walk, or we can also call it as a cycle. Okay, so walk is a finite length alternating sequence of vertices and edges. The total number of edges you are covered is called as the length of the walk. There are two types of walk. One is open walk and another one is closed walk. Open walk is the length of the walk which is always greater than 0, and the vertices at which the walk start and end are different. Okay, always the starting vertex and ending vertices are different. See, in this walk 𝐴, 𝐶, it is a open walk because the starting vertex and ending vertices are different. But in a closed walk, the length of the walk is always greater than 0, and the vertices at which the walk starts, okay, here only I start the walk A and end the walk with A itself. Okay, so which is called as closed walk, which is also called as forming the cycle. Okay, so in a graph theory, in a walk can be explained in a different way. So okay, walk is also called as path, and it's also called as cycle and trial, and it is also called as a circuit in graph theory with the minute differentiate. Okay, so walk in a graph theory is defined as also path, cycle, trial, circuit. So how it is differ from one to another? Okay, that we are going to see. Yes, so a path is defined as an open walk. Path is defined as an open walk in which neither vertices are allowed to repeat nor edges are allowed to repeat. Neither means not. So in a path, no vertices should be repeat and no edges should be repeat. Then it is called as a path. See, for example, 𝐴, 𝐶, 𝐸. So from here to here, here to here. So there is no vertices or repeat in this sequence. And similarly, no edges are repeated in this sequence. Right? This is called as path. So path is what? No vertices and no edges or repeat. That's it. And the next one is cycle. Cycle is defined as a closed walk. So whenever A, C, E, starting vertices should be ending vertex. Okay. So starting and ending should be equal, which is called as a closed walk. Cycle is defined as a closed walk in which neither vertices are allowed to repeat nor edges are allowed to repeat. Okay. And here also, in this cycle also, it is called as a path where no vertices or repeat, no edges or neither means not. Okay, nor also it is the same meaning, not. So no vertices are allowed to repeat, no edges are allowed to repeat, but it is a closed walk. Closed walk means the starting vertex should be equal to the end vertices. That is called as a cycle. And the next one is trial. So trial in graph theory, it is defined as open walk in which vertices may repeat but edges are not allowed to repeat. So which one is called as a trial means the vertices are allowed to repeat. In a walk, the vertices are allowed to repeat but edges are not allowed to repeat. That is called as a trial. See, for example, here the vertex A is there and vertex B is there and C is there. Okay, if I want to travel from one vertex to another vertex, okay, and here you can see there are two edges. Okay, so if I go A, B, C, B. Okay, so it is defined as open walk. It is defined as open walk. So from the vertices may repeat. See, from here A to B I am going. Okay, and then whether this sequence, see, B to C I am going to this edge, and from C to B I am coming from this edge. So edges are not repeated but vertex is repeated. I am repeat the vertex B. Okay, but I am not repeated the edge. Okay, this is E1 edge and this is E2 edge and this is E3 edge. Consider this. So I am going via E2 but coming via E3 edge. I am not repeated the edge. So this is called as a trial. It is defined as an open walk and which vertices may repeat but edges are not allowed to repeat. So this sequence, okay, A, B, C, B, which is called as a trial, which is not able to call as a path because no vertices should be allowed to repeat. So here the vertices are repeated, so this one is not a path. Okay, this one is also not called as a cycle because the starting vertices are not as an end vertex, so it is not a cycle, but it is a trial. It is defined as a open walk. This is also called as walk, but here the vertices may repeat. Here the vertex B is repeated, but edges are not allowed to repeat. That is called as trial. And the next one is circuit. Circuit in graph theory. Circuit is defined as a closed walk in which vertices may repeat but edges are not allowed to repeat. So circuit is also called as a closed walk. Okay, this one is also called as a closed walk where vertices may repeat but edges are not allowed to repeat. So A, B and C, D. So vertices may repeat but edges are not repeat. This is called as a circuit. Here you can able to see everything will be a little bit similar. Okay, so we have to be with very clarity, to study with clarity. I will give you a next chart that will be very helpful to remember this. Okay, the first one is walk, path, cycle, trial and circuit. Okay, first you are taking this walk. Okay, walk in a graph theory. First you are travel from, consider this, travel from one to another node. Okay, A, B, C, one to another node. If you are traveling, then it is called as a walk. Okay, in this walk, if neither edge nor vertices are repeat. Okay, so you should not repeat the edge or you should not repeat the vertices. Then it is called as path. Then it is called as path. Okay, in this path, if it is closed in the path, then it is called as cycle. Okay, remember, no vertices are repeated and no edges are repeated in the walk, then it is called as path. If the particular path is closed, then it is called as cycle. And another way, what is trial and circuit? If no edges repeat, vertices may repeat. Okay, in this no edges repeat but vertex may repeat. Okay, I already shown here the vertices are repeat but edges are not repeated, right? That is called as trial. So edges or no edges repeat but vertices may repeat. That is called as a trial. In a trial, if you are seeing closed, in a trial you are having a closed walk, then it is called as a circuit. Okay, in this trial itself, if you are seeing A, B, C, B, A, then it is called as a circuit. Okay, if no edges repeat, vertices may repeat, then it is called as a trial. In a trial itself, if you have a closed trial, then it is called as a circuit. Okay, so again I will repeat, and here you see every path is called as a trial. Every path will be called as a trial, but every trial may not call path. Okay, every path will come under trial. Remember, every path will come under trial. And cycle, every cycle will come under circuit. Every cycle is come under circuit. So if a particular graph is circuit, means then it must be an cycle. Okay, in a particular walk is called as a trial, then it is also called as path. But it is not vice versa. If you are called a particular walk is path, then you cannot say that one as trial. Understood? So once again I will tell, walk in a graph theory, if no edges and no vertices are repeated, then it is called as a path. If that particular path is closed, then it is called as a cycle. If no edges are repeat but the vertices may repeat, but only the vertices repeat means then it is called as a trial. In a trial, if you have a closed trial, then it is called as a circuit. Okay, and here you see this connection. Every path is called as a trial and every cycle is called as a circuit. That's it.